You want to lead or you want me to lead?
I don't care. You can lead.
Hey, it's Joe. We're here with the Burnout Box. This is Deep Hizzle.
Deep Hizzle?
Yeah, Deep Hizzle. He's not Donnie. He's Deep Hizzle.
Okay, that's my new name on the Burnout Box. You got, what have you been doing this week, Joe?
Tunes.
Tunes?
Yeah,
the tuner does tunes.
It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, race car shit.
You probably have a bunch of those people commenting that you've been tuning. Like, oh, hey, where's my tune? Anyway.
Slab Shack Records, Jason Alex.
Wow. That's a long name, Slab Shack. I like his name, though. Slab Shack. That has a nice ring to it.
Slab Shack actually follows us quite a bit, and he's usually on YouTube often. Tuning Tuesday, he's a regular Tuning Tuesday follower.
What's up, Sean? All right, well, we've only got like 20 followers on here, so we might as well talk about the thing that I care about that you don't care about, and probably not many others do, but NASCAR. So this weekend, Daytona 500. You excited?
I'm not going.
Yes, he's excited, just as I am. I'll be at Lights Out. Actually, you can find VMP at Lights Out 9, South Georgia Motorsports Park. We'll be there this weekend while the Daytona 500 is going on. But, so, in NASCAR, they have the Fusion as their NASCAR. When you think
as their NASCAR? Is it NASCAR or NASCAR?
In NASCAR, as their NASCAR, they use the Fusion.
Okay.
And I don't know about you, but when I think of the Fusion, I don't exactly think sporty, fast, let's go racing.
Well, they're trying to push the brand, so
they're trying.
Put it out and race
I get it.
It looks nothing like a Fusion, but I understand the premise.
It has Fusion headlight stickers, just like Chevy has. What does Chevy have?
It's a ZL1.
They have the ZL1 Camaro. Yeah, it's, I think it's driven by Danica Patrick. I think.
I don't think Danica's on this year.
Is she? She isn't. That's good.
Think so.
We'll probably save a lot of money, or all the team owners will save a lot of money.
Maybe.
Did you know Danica's first race, she actually took out half the field in her first race? I don't know if it was on the first lap. I can't crack that joke. But
although Jimmy Johnson got pushed and took out half the field in the qualifier, whatever that was last weekend, so does that?
Yeah. No, it was Danica Patrick's first race. Like, oh, okay, we got this new woman driver, blah, blah. Her first race takes out half the field. But anyway, point of the story. So Mr. Penske himself in an interview is saying pretty much they're getting rid of the Fusion and there's going to be something new next year. So I think we're going to see the Mustang going into NASCAR, which once again I think is kind of cool. And
you're going to see Mustang stickers going to NASCAR.
It's a Mustang.
Stickers.
Yeah, so the Mustang stickers will be going into NASCAR, and I think that's pretty sweet. But I guess something you care about a little more. I don't know if you care about a little more. The Ranger.
I'm excited about the Ranger.
You are excited about the Ranger. What makes you excited?
I miss the Ranger, and I like that they're bringing back four-door, because I was thinking about trying to import a Ranger from Mexico, because Mexico has four-door Rangers.
You go to Mexico every weekend. It can't be that hard.
I do? I don't make that kind of money.
We don't go. I mean, we don't race on U.S. city streets, of course.
Oh, you're saying Mexico.
We go to Mexico every weekend.
Well, that's Mexico City. That's not Mexico.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you were thinking about importing one, actually. You wanted one that bad?
I wanted the one that bad.
Well, we're finally getting it in the U.S., I guess. It is going to be 2.3 EcoBoost, 10R80. All right. I'm drawing a blank.
Fox suspension.
Fox. No, that's Ranger Raptor. You're already getting ahead of the game.
Well, that's the only one that matters.
Oh, the Ranger Raptor. I disagree.
As long as it's priced right, that's the only one that matters.
I like the regular Ranger. I drove a regular. I've had 4.
But does it have a diesel, though?
Anthony's chiming in from YouTube and says, yeah, she is. Danica's last 2 races are the Daytona 500 and Indy 500, and then she's retiring.
Okay, so there you go.
Damn.
Danica's got 2 more races she can take people out. But I like the new.
Or she could win.
Moving on, I like the new Ranger. I myself have had 4 Rangers. I think every car guy has had a piece of junk, 2.3 clapped out Ranger at some point in his life.
I even know hardcore Chevy guys that have Rangers.
Yeah, you couldn't beat them. They never gave up. Keep beating the hell out of them, and they don't care. But
kind of care.
Mine didn't. 200. Oh man.
Oh, they cared. Remember that time you broke the clutch?
Okay, you're right. You're right, man. I was going to Orlando with my 2.3 5-speed Ranger towing my 2,000-pound camper, doing about 80 miles an hour, which, if you've ever had a 5-speed Ranger, you have to constantly downshift from 4th back up to 5th if you want to keep it going 80 with 2,000 pounds behind it. And you're right, I did blow the clutch out then. But Unfortunately,
and the motor mount.
I fixed that with a ratchet strap.
Yeah,
Ratchet
but I'm just saying,
intake manifold straight down to the
frame.
frame.
It did in fact have
fixed.
a problem though.
All right, it did. All right, whatever.
And then,
so EcoBoost 10R80. It's gonna be fancy. I don't know how I feel about it being fancy. The Ranger was always kind of like the entry level, bare bones. You got what you got.
well, you got to compete with what's in the market. So you got to look at Colorado.
Yep.
Colorado comes with like everything. You got to look at
Everything.
Tacoma. It comes with everything.
I almost bought
So
Tacoma.
Ford, you can't like release an entry level product with basic bone stuff and expect it to be competitive with stuff that's similarly priced that has way more options.
Okay. But
Unless you're trying to get in that like $20,000 price
Unless you don't
point.
want to be similarly priced, exactly. But I mean, if you look at the interior of this thing, it's all dressed up. We've got digital.
It's like a little
dash.
miniature Explorer.
It is, exactly. It comes factory with backup camera, comes factory with emergency braking, which I personally hate. Like, what if I'm trying to mess with my buddies?
Are you talking about the
stop?
automatic braking?
Yeah,
and stuff?
automatic braking. Yeah, I don't like that. I want cars to listen to me. Like, I hated when cars first started. Like,
You like your cars like you like your women, huh?
precisely. Back to
You don't want them
dating
to do their own thing.
Exactly. I just
you want them
you
to do what
listen
they
to me.
tell you.
Don't question me.
Or wait, what you tell them.
Yeah, don't question me. Don't doubt me. There's a reason. If I put you in first gear and I pin it and I'm bouncing off the rev limiter, I want
do
you
what
to
with it?
stay in first gear.
If you pin her down,
Okay.
so Dana axles
Dana axles, which
or differentials.
if we're gonna be independent, will we be independent rear suspension?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Huh, good question. Okay, well, front end at least. We know we're getting a 4-wheel drive Ranger, so front end will probably have Dana independent housing.
Yeah.
Rear end, yeah, good question.
If it is solid, will it be 4-link or will it be leaf
Yeah,
spring?
it will be solid because I remember reading it's going to have a Watts link. So it's got to be solid.
It's nice that they're putting a Watts link in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Crown Victoria's had Watts links for like 20 years.
And they work good.
Yeah.
What else is cool about it? You get an FX4 package, which I didn't know. I met up with a friend the other day that bought a brand new FX4, and like I have an 11 to 14 truck. 11 to 14, you bought an FX2 or an FX4, you were fancy. Like it's all fancy.
Yeah.
He had a brand new like 2017 FX4, had cloth interior and vinyl flooring. I was like, what? So I don't know exactly what you'll get out of FX4 on Ranger, other than guaranteed 4-wheel drive.
What about the older FX4 Rangers?
I didn't know they made those.
Exactly. You don't know shit about Rangers then, do you?
Whoa, listen. I was really looking forward to the fact.
8.8s, 410s, or I think 456s were optional. They had like an FX4
Optional.
level 2. Came with like a factory lift setup.
Okay, that'd be pretty sweet. 456s. Man, and then you get the 4-liter of that thing. You can run like an 18-second quarter mile.
19.
19. Poor Ranger. I love my Rangers. We can't talk that much crap on them.
They're great.
They are
They're
great.
good times.
All right, so cut to what you want to talk about, the Ranger Raptor. So why are you so excited for that?
The miniature Raptor.
It is a miniature Raptor.
MK Weiss is chiming in. He says, I found no oil in the catch can. Is that normal? It's been in the car for a year.
I'm trying to talk about Ranger Raptor, dude. Like, give me a second. I'm going to open it up to questions. Anyway, if you found no oil in the catch can, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Hypothetically, that means no oil is getting into the crankcase since it's not getting into the catch can. So you're doing good. Do we got anything else? Melvin watching from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Good job. I guess you guys have Wi-Fi back now. Heard that took a while.
And power.
And power. Oh yeah, power I guess would have to come first. Yeah, that's all we got.
Okay.
Okay, so Ranger Raptor. Literally, it is going to be a miniature Raptor, I think.
Be nice.
It's supposed to have... What have you seen that's similar? I know it's supposed
In
to
the
look...
market segment or?
Yeah, just look-wise. How does it...
I don't know. I'd have to look at pictures again. I just saw like the little
Picture
was
guy?
it, the-
Cue the pictures.
the Philippines thing or wherever
Yeah,
it was
that's it
released.
though. We're not... So far, we have not been confirmed on if we're getting a Raptor.
I've heard lore though.
Oh, I've heard lore, and I've heard it would have to have gas engine, which in that case would probably just keep a hyped up 2.3 EcoBoost. But
Okay, there it is.
yeah, so I mean they're really going for the Raptor look. Like the front bumper has the same shaped fog light cutouts. We've got the widened fenders, widened bed.
It's the way a Ranger always needed to look.
It would have probably never gone away if they had made those. They would have sold so many of them they couldn't have
The
just.
steering wheel's on the wrong side.
It is on the wrong side. We can get one of those. We'll fix
Or is it on the right side?
Oh, I see what you did there. Okay. But yeah, I mean, they're literally making a miniature Raptor. They're going for everything. It's supposed to have Fox shocks. I'm sure piggyback reservoirs like the full-size Raptor. I don't know what gears. What gears would they put in that? They have the 10R80.
Well, if I know Ford, they're going to target a 40 N over V. So it'll be like a...
Okay.
I'd have to have my calculator up.
You got to go back and explain what the hell 40 N over V means.
Engine speed versus vehicle speed in a 1-to-1 gear.
Okay, there you go. You got to break that down for the not tuners, which probably everyone that's watching is like me and doesn't know what that meant.
Well, most of their gear and tire packages, they seem to target a 40 N over V.
Okay, so 10R80. What can we achieve with 10R80? How steep could we get the gears since we have 10 speed?
Todd says 2LT bi-turbo with 10 speed.
Whoa. Where's Todd at? Oh, he's on YouTube? Yeah, that's the, it'll have 2.0 diesel twin turbo.
Or it has that in
overseas.
The islands overseas.
Yes, we're not
but
getting that
they've
yet.
always had diesels overseas.
Yeah.
So are they actually going to be men and bring it to America? Or are they going to be afraid of the EPA Nazis and not do it?
The EPA Nazis.
And when William says, I am excited to get the ST Edge, need a bigger SUV than my Escape 2.0 turbo, so the ST Edge is welcome.
The Edge ST is cool. I mean, for an SUV.
I like the Fusion Sport a lot. I like what they
Toto
did with
says
that.
Australia. Thumbs up.
Australia.
Nice.
We have our Australians visiting us this week.
Nate has a question for you guys.
All right,
What's
hit me
up,
with the
Nate?
question.
He says, do all 373 rear ends whine on these Coyote cars? Mine whines on the freeway in 6th.
Not that I'm aware of. Every 373 car I've driven that was factory 373 doesn't want. Ugh, that's a good burp.
That was a good one. That had like good tone. You could hear that rumbling down in there.
Jose wants to know, can we talk about the GT350 intake manifold on a GT?
Well, what about it?
We can talk about it real quick. Talk about it, Joe.
They bolt on.
It bolts on. It does bolt on. I know that you don't like tuning them with the GT350 throttle body on there.
I mean, I don't like tuning them with that throttle body on there because there's no performance gain.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jose,
I can
what do
tune
you
it
wanna
with a
know?
GT350 throttle body, but I hate that people buy them assuming that they're going to get a gain, and it's like 1 horsepower.
Yeah.
It's a really worthwhile purchase.
But otherwise, Jose, the GT350 intake itself does provide decent gains. You get power up top a little bit. How much higher in the RPM range? That's where our tuner comes into it.
What do you mean? Like
Where does power peak with stock intake, and where does power keep climbing with GT350?
like 67 with stock intake and like 70, 76, 77
So
on
you get 1,000
GT350.
RPMs out of it to make
Yeah.
more power. Okay, so
Get
there
that
you go.
torque multiplication.
All right, we got any other questions before I go back to it? No, I don't see anyone. Guys, comment, ask stupid questions. We'll stop in the middle of the Raptor talk. Like, really, this show is more for you guys asking questions than it is me talking about pointless
Shannon
Raptor
says
facts.
Ford needs to make a 4-door car to compete with the SS and the CTSV. That would be sweet. And
I've
Jose,
been saying that forever, but I don't think that they'll do it.
And Jose chimed in again and says, how much power can you get about the GT350 intake manifold on a GT?
On good fuel, like E85, if you have good supporting mods, you're talking 450 to 480 wheel, depending on the supporting mods. If you're manual, if it's automatic, closer to like 430 to 450 wheel, depending on supporting mods.
And Michael says, you guys ever mess with AC-assisted intercoolers for superchargers? Trying to find the manufacturer, I've seen it.
Yeah, there's a few of them. Is he saying for like the Demon?
Oh yeah, the Demon has that factory, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He doesn't say. He just says, you guys ever mess with AC-assisted intercoolers for superchargers? He's trying to find the manufacturer.
Can you imagine spending all that money and time developing that car to only run 10s?
No. But yeah, it's a killer chiller. I want to say his name is Joe Kincaid or something like that. And then there's another company that I know they were trying to sell their patent or something on their technology a while back. I think it was Fire and Ice, air charge cooling. I'd have to look at the cards. I have cards from SEMA and PRI a few years ago. I got their info. But
Jose says thanks. He loves the show.
Awesome. All right, so Ranger Raptor. That's about it, I guess. It's gonna have a diesel overseas. We don't know if we're getting it. 10R80, Fox shocks, 11 inches of ground clearance over the Ford regular Ranger.
The real question is, are the bros going to get their hands on them, or is it going to be the actual cool people?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, most, like, look at Nissan Titans.
Yeah.
And then look at the people that get out of them. 9 times out of 10, it's a bro.
Can you describe a bro here? I'm not understanding the reference.
Like 190 pounds, somewhat muscular up top, twigs for legs, wife beater,
okay,
hat, like a shocker sticker on the back window.
Oh, always the shocker sticker. That's what tells you if it's a classy
on like
individual.
Moto Metals or something like that. That's a bro.
Okay.
And then you have Bro Dozers, the bros that got like oil money or mommy and daddy money.
Okay.
That have trucks lifted up sky high, neons pointed, or not neons,
Rock
LEDs.
lights. They're not neons anymore, guys.
Yeah.
They're rock lights.
May as well be neons.
Yeah.
They have the LEDs pointed at the tires.
And
they got fuels or forces,
no,
22s
forces.
by 14s.
That's you're poor if you have fuels. You're only dirty money if you have forces. You have to be on forces.
But those are bros, and then those are Bro Dozers.
Okay. So Bro Dozers are just bros that have more money.
Yeah, and typically the trucks are lifted up so high that they don't run a front drive shaft, or they're already two-wheel drive trucks.
They have Bluetooth drive shafts.
So
yeah.
I saw that. That's what one of them said. He said, I have a Bluetooth drive shaft.
Zach wants to know if you can write tunes for a 6.7 Power Stroke.
Zach is one of those Bro Dozers.
To the no, to the no.
Zach is a Bro Dozer on forces. That's my friend. So we can text him later. We don't have to answer
Jonathan
his
says
questions.
a Coyote-powered Ford Escort would be legit.
That would be legit. You know what would be more legit, though? An Econoline van that's Coyote-powered and supercharged.
No, it's heavier. The Escort's like 22, 23
I forgot
pounds.
you have an Escort. I can't make that argument with you. You sold the Escort.
I sold it. I told you I was going to sell it.
You did tell me you were going to sell it. I
sold
know
it.
you were going to sell it. Wow.
Yeah.
Poor girl. Where'd she go? Did she go to a good owner?
Guy in Ormond Beach.
Okay.
John says, hey guys, thanks for doing the show. He has a question. I have a 2017 PPGT with the VMP 500 horse bolt-on kit on E85 and race stars. Is this a 10.9 capable car?
I'm not. You make a 500 horsepower package?
What? I missed the question. I'm reading this guy's question.
Oh, it was a 17 GT performance pack with our 500 horsepower kit.
Yeah, what 500 horsepower kit do we sell?
Maybe I'm having a brain fart. But I know that we make NA packages. But maybe that's something the marketing did that I didn't know about.
Yeah, it's not like it takes much to get to 500 on a 17.
500 crank. 500 wheels a little tricky.
Yeah.
But like with most things, the driver's a large part of that. And the weight of vehicle. Like if you have 415s beating hard in the deck, you might not have a 1090 capable car.
Yeah.
But
415s.
Lou says an Econo Van Turbo. That would be.
Well, they made those.
Did they?
6.0 and 7.3 turbo.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I had a buddy that had a 6.0.
Just like the Excursions.
Kaboom.
No kaboom.
Yeah, it's a 6.0.
No kaboom.
It's called a 6.0 for a reason.
What's up with Lambert?
Who's Lambert? Oh, right here.
Lambert, you know what my goals are with the truck. Don't be silly.
What are the updates on Joe's truck? Well, guys, just so you know.
I sent him a video yesterday.
Joe sitting next to me now is the proud owner of a 2018 XL single cab.
I own a 2018?
Is the proud owner of a 2017 XL single cab short bed F-150 that he's trying to make look like a Lightning. He just finished up putting the blower on it. So
you just finished up putting the blower on it.
All right, I just finished up putting the blower on it. I wasn't going to take the credit because it is his truck, and he can do a blower kit, so there's no reason I did it other than it worked out logistically speaking. But anyway, so that's what he's asking about Joe's F-150. What are your goals with the F-150?
1050s.
1050s? Our trucks run 1150s. How are you going to beat that by a full second?
1,000 pounds.
You have 1,000 pounds on that truck?
Yeah.
You're two-wheel drive? Oh, you're two-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, two-wheel drive and single cab. Okay,
So
well,
what is
1,000 pounds, that puts you to 1050 right there. 1,000 pounds?
Exactly.
A second every 100 pounds. We're golden.
Exactly. That and just make it hook and 60 foot the same as the truck and ta-da, 1050s.
Ta-da! I wish it was that easy.
Nate wants to know monoblade throttle bodies for the Cobra Jet on a Coyote car. Are they hard to tune?
Not really. As long as the throttle body's good.
And Jason says, will my existing cold air intake mate with the GT500, with the GT350 intake?
Yeah, as long as you're using the GT throttle body.
Yep. Which we sell the adapter to make that happen if you don't already have it.
True story.
Um.
Oh, Scott, speaking of my hot, you know I want a Barra in the Crown Victoria. That's
what?
happening too. A Barra.
What's a Barra?
A Barra. You're not saying it right. It's a Barra.
What's a Barra?
A Barra, well, there's two different Barras. There's a 3-valve Barra that they made, but the one that everyone cares about is a 4-liter straight 6 single turbo.
Who made that?
Ford.
And put it in what?
Australia.
Ah, Australian. Damn Australians.
They get all the good stuff.
Yeah, they get the Ford Falcon still.
No, the Ford Falcon stopped.
Did they?
They killed production.
Oh, man. What do they have over there that we don't have? Don't they have a 4-door, speaking about the SS and the CTSV competitor, don't they have a 4-door Coyote-powered something?
Yeah, Falcon.
No, and that stopped.
Yeah.
That's depressing.
Well, what's really depressing is that is a low compression Coyote.
Oh, man, so it's ready for boost. Lots of it.
You need lots of it to do
Lots
anything with it.
Shannon wants to know if you can explain the difference between the Gen 2R and the Gen 2 besides inlet and the power difference.
Inlet.
I was going to say, and it's 6% more flow?
I don't remember the number offhand.
Oh, okay.
It's been a while. Gen 3's kind of been the relevant thing lately.
Yeah. Great, now we're going to have a bunch of Gen 3 questions all popping up. Jonathan wants to know, ported throttle bodies, are they hard to tune? Well, Mr. Tuner.
It's not that they're hard to tune, it's that they're not consistent. And that tuning a customer's custom throttle body.
So when we're saying a customer's custom throttle body, we're talking about Joe Schmo that just went home with his Dremel drill and ported his throttle body?
Yeah, and doing that remote is stupid. Because you can't get any of the data that you actually need to tune the car properly from any data logging device that I've seen that end users normally use.
Okay. So, Jonathan, yes, hard to tune. All right. We got any more questions coming in, or should we just keep on rolling with what I got planned?
Ship Racing says, is it possible to tune a Ghost cam into an 11 3.5 EcoBoost F-150? I had another tuner tell me it couldn't be done. That's what he said.
Why would you want to? Why do you want to destroy your cats? And is anyone going to hear it? Because problem number one. All right, you go ahead.
No, I'm not even going to touch it.
No, I want to hear. I want to hear your.
I won't touch it.
Well,
okay.
My problem number one is you can't make a V6 sound good with an exhaust. Like not
you
a truck.
can.
And not a truck. No.
And what's different with a truck?
Find me a good sounding V6 truck. Find me a good sounding
EcoBoost
right
now.
F-150.
It's going to take a while.
I'll post that video next week on the show.
Ship Racing says, why not?
You can't make them sound good. So
Raptors. Raptors sound fantastic to me.
It sounds like a ricer. If I heard an
a
Acura
450
flyby
horsepower V6 sounds ricer to you.
You're saying Raptor sounds like a ricer and you have an 80-pound D-ring on the back of the truck?
I'm pretty sure that's an
I think
actual
we need a sound
value.
clip.
I do not have an 80-pound D-ring on the back of my truck, guys.
I'm fairly certain it weighs at least 60.
Approximately 55 pounds. Listen, it's my anti-texting and driving device, all right? If somebody texts and drives behind me, they're really quick to
They're
figure out
going to pound your D-ring. Is what they're going to do.
pound my D-ring. I don't like
Yeah,
that.
neither do I.
I don't want to talk about pounding my D-ring on my truck. Poor truck. I love
Okay,
that truck.
Michael says, scheduled for us to install a Stage 2 on his 17 GT.
Mm-hmm.
Is a 79 pushing it on 93 stock engine with headers and catback. Also, what's your opinions on anti-wheel hop kits for strictly street?
79's fine on 93. Just make sure you're not filling up with 89 on a 79. You'll have a bad time.
Don't get crappy.
And then what's our opinion on wheel hop lockouts? I like to figure out the problem with tires first.
Why does it say live video was interrupted on the computer? Oh. And we're back.
Is someone watching too much stuff and things? The anti-wheel hop kit, I'd try to address that in a tire first. If you're going out to the track trying to do fancy things on 18 or 19-inch drag radials, step one to solving that problem is putting a better tire on the car. But if you're running a 17-inch radial or a 15-inch radial with a brake conversion and all that stuff, and you're still having wheel hop problems, look into shocks and then look into bushing lockouts and stuff like that.
If you look on Facebook, Kellen Stone
I just saw the big one from Kellen. I bought 3-inch cooks, an X-pipe, 3-inch bullets. At the end of the X-pipe, it drops down to the stock size to reuse the factory clamp. But since I'm doing dumps, would it be a restriction to leave it at stock size for a portion and then go back up to 3-inch, or would it be better to get it opened up to 3?
Callan, 3-inch isn't going to make a big difference on your car. I wouldn't worry about necking it down to stock unless you're looking to say it's full 3-inch.
I mean, and look at Alex's car. What's Alex's car putting out? And he has factory catback.
Look at red car.
That's what I'm saying, red car, Alex's car.
Oh, okay.
now.
I thought you were talking black car, his old car.
No. Alex's new red car that was our old red car. What's he making?
A lot.
A lot? Okay. So he's making a lot, and that car has factory catback exhaust, stock mufflers, all that. Sounds really gnarly, too. I like it.
And I mean, as a better course of like awesomeness, Rebecca's car is on a more aggressive pulley combo than Kellen's car is, and for a long time was running a stock over axle with GT500 mufflers.
Okay.
No 3-inch anything.
Okay.
So what is this other guy saying?
Slab Shack says there's a guy in Houston that has a 6-sounding V6 Raptor. Don't sound like a V6. So that's how you can make a V6 sound good, if it doesn't sound like a V6, because there's no good sounding V6s. Thank you for proving my point, because you had to go to the point and say it doesn't sound like a V6.
You don't like the way GTRs sound?
Aren't those inline 6?
A R35 GTR, inline 6?
I don't know. I thought the older ones. I don't follow Ricer
They're
crap.
VQ based.
I own an
V6.
S10, a Jeep, and an F-150. Like
An
none of
all-wheel drive,
own an
500
Integra
horsepower
or
car
I don't own
is
an
a
Integra.
Ricer.
I don't have a
Your
Civic
definition of
EG
Ricer
hatch.
is so skewed. I'm surprised you can sit in one spot.
Sorry.
All right, what's everyone's opinion on a Ricer? Let's get that question up there.
Oh yeah, you guys.
What makes a car a Ricer?
What makes a car a Ricer? Oh god, if it has more than 3 stickers, more than 3 stickers, that makes you a Ricer.
I'm
Exhaust
pretty sure
tip.
you have 3 stickers on your truck. Or no, maybe
No,
I'm
I
just.
don't. That was the
I'm thinking of
Ranger,
the
the
license. No, I'm thinking of the license plate frame.
I do have a Nitrous Express license plate frame.
Do you have Nitrous Express on the truck?
Yeah, so stickers make a truck a Ricer.
So Tyler says if you drive it, it's a Ricer.
If I drive it, it's a Ricer? I drove Joe's truck, so...
Yeah.
You have a Ricer. Oh, man. What haven't I driven here?
Anything not V8, says Michael.
I like you, Michael. Thank you, Michael.
Anything not V8.
Anything not V8.
I think
hold on. I lied. I don't like you, Michael, because then that makes my Wrangler that's lifted 8 inches on 37s a Ricer. And
I think we should just look up the Urban Dictionary definition of a Ricer.
RICE is race-inspired cosmetic enhancements. That's what RICE stands for. That's where RICE came from.
So
Race-inspired cosmetic enhancements.
So that you knowing that definition in and of itself discounts
the fact that I just called a GTR a Ricer.
Yeah. What about that is race-inspired and cosmetic, but not performance?
How about a person who makes unnecessary modifications to their most often import car, hence the term RICE, to mostly make it look faster. The most
You know, we really had a tight schedule to stick to on this show. Like, got a lot of notes here, guys. We really got to get back to this, so let's drop the Ricer conversation.
Nate says, any Japanese vehicle that has been modded, I agree with him about GTRs. Texas 2K has been taken over by Rice. And then William
says... Is the
says,
Toyota MR2 that goes to the TX2K a Ricer?
No. It's a Toyota MR2. That's in its own little class. Like, that belongs with Fieros.
If I remember right, that's like an 850 horsepower Toyota MR2.
It's an MR2. They're cool anyway. The stock MR2 is cool. I would love to buy
say it's like
MR2.
a K20 or a K24, and it's
seen
got a dog box transmission.
I think I saw the write-up 1320 did on it last year at Texas 2K.
Well, that car actually hit the scene in Florida and screwed everyone up out there out at the Secret Squirrel races. I think there was talk about a GTR breaking its transmission racing it because they went over a bridge or something and they caught air. And GTR stayed in it and got like, bam, broke everything.
William says coffee can exhaust.
Coffee can exhaust.
A Folgers exhaust.
Yeah.
And then Folgers exhaust. Scott says a very loud 4-cylinder with a massive wing.
Yep.
But what if it's fast? There's loud 4-cylinders that are legitimately fast.
Yeah. Oh,
I feel like you got to be careful when you say this because that's like saying that any white guy that drives a truck is a redneck.
Yeah.
Or a
no,
bango.
I'm just kidding. I'm not a redneck for the record. I'm a fake redneck.
Scott, you got to help me here. I'm forgetting what a redneck is in Aussie.
Up north, we call them Hoosiers. You guys don't say that down here.
I thought Hoosiers are people from Indiana.
Yeah, no. When I moved to Florida, I called somebody a Hoosier, and I'm from St. Louis. I lived there for 20 years. And when I called somebody a Hoosier, they're like, "What?" It's like a Hoosier, a redneck. It's like a cross between redneck, white trash, and nobody knew what the hell I meant when I said Hoosier. Who wants me to?
Kellen wants you to sign.
Thanks,
his hat.
guys. Donnie, can you sign my hat? Yeah,
he won't sign your hat, but he'll sign your ass.
I will do that.
Tyler says that guy complaining about Texas 2K meat is mad because his car can't do what the GTR can.
Who was complaining about that? Is there someone?
Somebody on the YouTube, I think, said Ricers have taken over Texas 2K.
Oh, okay.
We don't have YouTube pulled up. I only got Facebook here, guys. Oh, I almost called it the other word I called it. That'd be bad. I was looking forward to having a full episode without the F-bomb dropped.
Who dropped the F-bomb?
I'll give you about 3 guesses, and there's only 2 people on the show, and it wasn't me.
Oh, Justin? Oh, Justin.
Like the first episode.
Did you say something really dumb?
No, like literally, like the first episode, I was like,
because I feel like that's a rational reaction.
I was like, hey Chris, how bad's the lag on the video? And he was like, couple seconds. I was like, oh man, so you don't have enough time to bleep anything out I want to say that's bad. And Justin's like, oh, drops the F-bomb. Oh, we're trying to get YouTube comments up?
So Ship still wants to know, is it possible for a ghost cam? LOL.
For a truck? No.
Does that have cam phasers that you could manipulate to do so?
It does, but by no is it possible, I mean no, I will not do it. That's not to say that someone out there won't do it.
So yes, it is possible. No, we can't get it from VMP.
I don't know for sure,
okay,
but I can tell him that I won't try.
Okay. He won't even, just so you don't feel bad, he won't even try for my truck because I, being the ricer that I am, wanted the ghost cam tune for my 5-liter truck. And he was like, nope, won't do it. So don't feel bad.
SGTF Bomb says if any more than 10% of aftermarket parts are purely cosmetic, it's a ricer. And then Jason says
10% isn't a lot though.
Yeah, and plus how do you know what's aftermarket and what's not from the outside of it?
And Jason says, how well do the ports match up using the GT350 intake on the 5.0? Do y'all recommend port matching?
Obviously, they match up good enough to make more power.
Well, no, port matching, like, are you talking about port matching the cylinder heads? Because then you got to make sure that you keep the taper, otherwise you'll lose port velocity.
Yeah.
So if you just make the end of it fit, you're messing up the taper.
Yeah.
Going into the chamber, so.
I assume that's what you're talking about. Port matching, doing the heads, taking the heads off. But why would you be willing to take your heads off and port match just for a GT350 intake? Like, we have that kind of time and resources. We can do other things.
It's the hypotheticals that the NA guys try to go through, like squeezing every ounce of power out. I'm going to spend $4,000 on heads, intake, and all my bolt-ons, and it's going to make 485
Those are
wheel.
bolt-ons. Heads, intake, that's all just bolt-ons. Haven't you ever talked to an LS owner?
It's bolt-ons when you don't have to remove the cam out of the head.
That's all bolt-ons.
Oh, man.
You have an LS with LS3 block with
turbos
LS6
are bolt-ons.
Heads.
Our blowers are bolt-on.
Blowers are bolt-on. You have to grind
No, you don't. There's no conversation after that because it physically bolts on.
Okay, yeah.
If you don't have to weld it onto the engine, it's no longer.
I was just mentioning our friends with LSs that like to say, I have a full bolt-on LS. It has LS3 heads and this cam and everything else. It's bolt-ons.
INR says, sorry, Joe, for asking a tuning question today. But have you taken a look at the FP Power Pack 2 tune? If so, is it good all around for a 91 octane daily or very conservative?
It's fine for a 91 octane daily tune. I mean, it still uses the octane learn adjustment like the stock tune does, so it compensates for 93, just like every other tune does. But I mean, it's fine.
Man Wayne wants to know if his engine will explode.
Yeah, I'll read through Facebook real quick. Okay, Man Wayne, you got to tell us why you expect your engine to blow or whatnot. I'll just say yes to cover myself. Yeah, it will explode if you drain the oil out of it and beat the hell out of it.
Bogan, there we go.
What's that?
Scott's got my back.
Oh.
A redneck in Australia is called a bogan.
A bogan.
A bogan.
I want that sticker on the back of my truck now. So I'm a ricer and I need more stickers. Michael Lano, any Gen 3 dyno numbers? Yes, there are Gen 3 dyno numbers. No, I will not give them to you. Keep checking back every week, though, and we can work on that. Levi?
Tripod.
Yeah, John, Team Tripod.
Levi, Joe took my Mustang from 520 to 714 rear wheel horsepower. You hook it up fatty style.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't hook
fatty.
me up fatty style. He put a tune on my truck, and I go into my device to download the tune to my truck, and I see two options: 87 VMP slow truck, and then a 93 octane VMP still pretty slow truck. That was what tunes he put in my tuner for my truck.
I always have fun with the
He
tune names.
did not hook me up with fatty style, or however the hell that
But
is.
you loaded your stock tune, and what did it feel like?
Oh, it was horrible.
See?
I took my truck in for dealer work, and I took it to a dealer, put it in stock tune in the parking lot, and then had to drive it to another dealership because they wouldn't take my truck in. And yeah, that drive from this
probably the
dealership
D-ring.
to that dealership, oh, that was awful.
They were scared the D-ring was going to make it fall off the lift. It's like
We're gonna have
bringing
to
in.
get a picture of my D-ring and like put that up now.
I don't know if we can post a picture of your D-ring. I think it might get marked as like violence or gore.
that violates Facebook's community standards. You're trying to
Exactly.
post a picture of a D-ring.
Is it Prince Albert?
What's that?
Lewis has asked a
Lost
couple
me.
times.
All right, Lewis. Is or will the 2018 intake manifold be as good as they say it will be on the 15 and 17?
To be seen.
Lewis, we haven't tested it, so I guess take whatever they've been saying it will do.
We got to do the stuff.
Oh, we do have stuff
We're
to
getting-
do.
we're getting off
all right.
track.
One last one. He's got a
last
question
one?
for brakes.
Oh,
All
you're
right,
talking
George
about
wants
that.
to know, got a question about brakes for you guys. I have a 13 Mustang GT track pack with Brembo brakes. Ordered 6-piston Brembo brakes from another Brembo pack Mustang. Ever heard of a Brembo pack Mustang?
Yeah, I've heard of Performance Pack
Mine is
Mustang. It comes
4-piston.
with Brembo brakes.
Will they bolt up? Good question, sir. Do not know, unfortunately. But hey, if you figure it out, let us know. That way the next guy that asks me, I can give him an answer. All right, back to our notepad that you were beating on. What's next? What do we want to
Well,
talk about?
we did Ranger.
We did Ranger. We can do this one. All right, so our next, since we were talking about daily drivers last week, which if you watched, maybe you saw. Austin Howell question, should I butter my biscuits before or after I cook them? Both. Duh. Stupid question. Anyway, so they're coming out with the all-new Expedition. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen pictures of it.
Have you seen
I
it?
like the Lincoln, the new Continental.
Oh, new Continental is gorgeous. I was very upset it didn't. What are they called? Suicide doors? That.
Where did they take those pictures? Like in Yuma?
Oh yeah, I'll let the pictures pop up.
Shiny.
Oh, I think it's a video. Man, Chris is all over it today. Once again, guys, Chris is the person to the left of the camera that you cannot see that does all the magic work with the pictures and whatnot to pull up.
Pulling an Airstream. Nice. Oh, there it is on screen.
There it is. Now we can see it. Hey.
A billet license plate. Nice.
A billet. Is it billet?
Or is it stamped?
Look at it.
It looks like they took an Explorer,
Yep.
they hit scale 1.12, and then kind of like blended a flex into it.
Well,
I don't dislike it.
I agree. The new Exploder, just because that's what I call them. You know why Explorers have the nickname Exploder? Do you remember?
Are you referring to the cruise control catching fire? Or
No, the ones that pinched the gas
Firestones?
tank and went kaboom.
No.
Yeah, they had the same problem as a Pinto or a Gremlin. They had there was a couple of years there where
didn't they have that problem with like 50s Ford and Chevy trucks that had the
Everything
gas
in the
tanks mounted
50s.
behind the seats?
That's what the Expedition or the Exploder was the same way.
Oh,
there's the
FX4.
It's FX4. I'm excited about that actually.
That's a strange badge. I suppose they did that for like fanciness.
No. You can get the new Expedition is going to come with an FX4 package. You can get.
They have Continental style seats with all the fancy stitching.
It does. It's going to
Oh
be
no!
F-150 dash.
It has a rotary style shift selector.
Yeah.
Oh, they took cues from Dodge.
Don't let your kid turn up the volume on the radio, guys.
Put your in reverse.
I did that in my Jeep once accidentally. It was awful.
Well, at least it's perforated leather. It won't suck to sit on.
Austin Howell says he's cooking biscuits now and was wondering also making steak. Austin Howell, I'll be at your house at 7:30.
Because he wants to know if Mustangs are slow.
He wants to know if Mustangs are slow. You
duh,
come up here with
Mustangs are
the
slow.
fastest thing you own, Austin Howell, and you can pick out any Mustang in the shop, and I've got $1,000 that says you won't be within 10 car lengths. You know what? Buses. Let's call it buses. Within 10 bus lengths at the end of the quarter
Shannon
mile.
says the Expedition. Was that Expedition?
That was Expedition. Yes,
It's
ma'am.
ugly.
It's ugly.
Well, that's just mean.
Yeah, come on.
It didn't
what-
do anything.
Yeah, what's it done to you? The new Expedition. Okay, new Expedition.
You know what do they say? If you
And
don't have
Kamana
something
says,
nice to say, don't say anything at all.
You wouldn't talk much then.
Come on us for the
Yeah, but
2019
I'm
Ford
playful.
Bronco.
I'm playful.
Okay.
So
What's that like? 2018 Expedition runs a 14.8 quarter mile, 9,300 pound towing capacity, which, on that note, I did mention that to Justin just because I was talking to him about kind of what we were going to cover, and he said no way in hell would he tow anywhere near 9,300 pounds with his Expedition because he has the prior body style with IRS, and he says it's terrifying. Coming from the man that towed the Stacker with the dually fully loaded all the way to Georgia, he said towing with his Expedition is terrifying.
Well, the dually tows anything and it feels completely fine. You could have a
No,
building back there and it's like, oh, this is fine. No worries.
I drove the dually with the Stacker behind it and I was terrified for my life. It kept wanting the trailer wag and everything else. So if he drove that all the way to Georgia, fine. And he says the Expedition with IRS tows kind of scary, I'm going to take his word on it because he does plenty of stuff that scares the hell out of me that he thinks is fine.
Nick says, since the 2-valve Mustang is almost 400 pounds lighter than the Terminator, and 600 pounds lighter than the S550, he's surprised at how overlooked they are, especially if built right.
What?
That's kind of off.
You want to try to compare a 2-valve to an S550?
Well, no. I mean, that's kind of off target here. Where did 2 valves come up?
I didn't think we ever talked about 2 valves.
I mean, although in my head, when you said the Expedition runs a 14.8, I'm like, oh, it practically beats a 2 valve.
It does beat a 2 valve. It probably would. Right driver and tires, E85, we're going to beat 2 valve Mustangs. That's why, just because they're the 2 valve
Maybe
Mustang,
he thought it too.
Okay. The 2 valve just didn't have any exceptional technology that did anything
They
awesome.
weren't bad. They weren't bad, and people did drive them quickly. But they are the butt of a very bad joke right now, and I feel like the guys that own 2 valves are a little butthurt about it.
What bad joke?
The bad joke of 2 valves are slow.
That's not a bad joke. That's harsh reality.
Stock, they're slow, but everything's slow stock.
He's talking if they have 500 wheel horsepower.
Well, that's definitely not stock.
Yeah, that's like triple what they put down stock.
Well, that's like 13.5 to 1 compression, custom grind cams, TFS heads, and Eddie Jr., a 6061 elbow with like a AccuFab throttle body, and then long tubes, and at least 1.5 atmospheres.
Austin says he has 2 valves in his Jeep total, and they just fall out sometimes.
Start ignoring Austin. He's a friend. I'll give him shit later. Kamana says 2 valve. How is slow not bad? Exactly. Slow is bad. Period.
Nick says ported heads ProCharger. 2 valve, and then Nate says 2 valves sound good. Now, a couple things.
It is. I have a touchscreen laptop.
Yeah.
I've had this laptop for 6 months. I didn't know it was touchscreen.
Here's a stylus.
Abdul Laziz says, "What do you think of the S550 Wave Track differential for drag racing?"
It works good.
And Cool says, 03 Cobra, how much extra power going to E85? Currently made 615 with 2.8 pulley. Stay with 2.8. He wants to hit 700 rear wheel.
E85. You will not do that on Pumpcast very easily.
Yep. All right, back to this. We keep getting sucked off topic.
Oh, Mitchell Page is in.
Oh, Mitchell Page. What's up, wheelie man?
All right, so we talked about the Ranger and the Expedition.
Kind of about the Expedition.
I think we covered everything that
Only
matters.
thing I want to know is, since Expedition is now going to be on F-150 frame, F-150 is getting a diesel. Will we see a diesel in the Expedition? That'd be cool. Now we're cooking.
That was my Trump face.
Oh, your Trump face?
My Trump face.
Can you give that again to the camera?
No.
I handed out Trump Valentine's Day cards this year.
Nice.
They said, you can be on my side of the wall.
Jose says, can someone explain to him what a ghost cam is?
A ghost cam.
It's a cam that isn't there.
Exactly.
Or is it?
Start your vehicle. It goes but
when it passes you, it feels a little cold.
Yeah. Don't they have like horrible drivability?
Done right, they don't. Trick is doing them right and keeping it consistent.
Gotcha. But yeah, it's literally you're just phasing the cams to make it have overlap and sound like it's cammed and nasty at idle. And then the second you touch the throttle, the phasers revert back to whatever the hell is stock terms that I'm not using because I'm not a tuner. And it just drives like a normal truck or car or whatever after that.
Sure.
Dorian says,
yes.
A 15 plus F-150 PD blower, LT off-road Y pipe versus stock exhaust manifold, and off-road Y pipe power differences.
So he's saying stock with catalytic converters versus off-road Y pipe?
That's what it sounds like.
Is the question on
It's
Facebook
on Facebook, but you got to scroll down quite a bit because you
Way
guys
down.
kind of skipped over him.
Where is he?
Man, he's way down
there
there.
he
is.
Oh, man. Wow. 2015 plus F-150 PD blower, LT off-road Y-pipe versus stock exhaust manifold. And off-road Y-pipe.
Really depends
Long
on your
tubes.
boost level with the PD blower, but I'd expect 20 horsepower.
Out of long tubes?
Yeah.
On an F-150, that's
Well,
it?
with PD blower. At least, Donnie.
Oh, okay. Well,
There's a little asterisk
I mean,
there.
I'm in
Because
the
when
process.
someone comes back and they're like, I only gained 20 horsepower. You said I was going to gain 40.
Okay.
I have to be like, oh, well, you know, shit happens.
I'm looking at headers for my F-150, so that was like 20, that's it? I'm not wasting that. Speaking of stuff for my F-150, if anyone on here has stock 11 to 14 Mustang intake cams, go ahead and send me a PM,
always
because
trying
I
to
want to
get-
buy those.
Why are you always trying to look for handouts?
I just said, because I want to buy those. Well, why are you always
You
looking for
always
handouts?
look for handouts. Why
No,
you
I'm
can't eat
not.
it cold?
Wait, what? What?
It's a reference to a video.
I don't understand.
Alex is the only one that gets me.
Let's go back up. All right.
SGTF Bomb says, how much low-end horsepower torque were y'all able to make over stock tune in the 2018 GT
You will
with-
see soon.
You will see when we release those numbers, sir.
with M6 and 355s?
You will see.
Were
All
the
right, back
gains
to my-
noticeable while daily commuting?
The gains were noticeable.
The gains are very noticeable. I think they were noticeable to the guy with the Chevy SS that tried to get me at NPD Car Show.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he got a little bit of gap juice.
Mitchell says the expedition at SEMA was baller.
Yeah,
All right.
it was. That was gorgeous.
We're talking about baller expeditions. We're going back to our expedition. So, diesel. Which, speaking of which, have you seen the diesel that's going in the F-150?
I have not seen it.
Did you know they were putting one in the F-150?
I knew they were putting one in. I have not seen it.
Cameraman, roll the clip. All right.
But he's not the cameraman.
Eventually. He is a cameraman. He does
No.
camera stuff.
The cameraman's that tripod right
He was
there.
out there with me for a week while I did the blower on your truck being a cameraman.
Well, not right. He's not the cameraman right now.
All right.
He's
Computer man. Keyboard man. Keyboard warrior. Yeah, that sounds nice.
Donald
He's
says,
majestic.
how does the
Majestic
2.9
keyboard.
Whipple compare to the VMP Supercharger looking to make 700 wheel wheels?
I think both of them will do it.
Yep. Of course, I'm going to tell you the VMP is better. And arguably it somewhat is, just because if you look at the efficiency of the Whipple rotors compared to our rotors, the 2.3 VMP does stack up very well to the Whipple. But at the end of the day, you want to make 700, you can make 700 with either or. Look at that F-150. That makes me want a new F-150. I didn't want to, my 14's fine looking at the 15 to 17s, but that new one makes me want a new F-150.
Oh, I
Power.
dinged.
Power stroke.
Power
Mine
stroke
looks like
turbo diesel.
You know why you buy a Ford, right?
Why?
Then you can be rolling around stroking.
Dun, dun.
Dun, dun. Good one.
That
Good
was
one.
so poor.
Then again, people are going to comment and say, yeah, but that's why you buy a Dodge, because then you'd rather be coming.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now look at that. Towing a dump bed, which at first I was like, who the hell's towing a dump bed with an F-150? That thing weighs like 5,000 pounds alone. And then I realized the new F-150 diesel is going to be rated to like 11,400 pounds towing. That's kind of crazy.
But how's it going to feel while towing 11,000 pounds? That's the real question.
I think it'll be fine. Solid axle, diesel, 10
What could you do
R80.
with your hands? You were doing a lot there.
I don't know what to do with them.
I'm playing with
What
this,
do I do with
the
my hands?
stylus.
That's a Ricky Bobby reference for all of you that don't watch Talladega Nights every week.
I don't, but I do
What?
know the reference.
That's at least a one-time-a-week movie.
No.
Talladega Nights, Days of Thunder.
Great
Days
movie.
Days of Thunder I could
Once a
probably
year.
watch every day. Days of Thunder is that good. Cole Trickle. Oh, Cole Trickle.
It is a good time.
I'm coming into pit. We're eating ice cream. I love that one. All right. So, diesel 150. Gonna have a timing belt. I don't know if I like that.
I do. It's a lot better than the timing chain problems.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just changing the timing belt? How much nicer
Just
that's...
change. What was the last time you were under the hood of a diesel? There's nothing you can just change under the hood of a diesel easily.
You don't know that it's not going to be like that for that. What if it's like Duratec?
Never worked on one of those.
Significantly easier than like a 6.7 diesel.
Okay. Yeah, I've worked on 6.7s. That's why I'm
Yeah.
so anti
Well, you got to
working on
think
a
it's a
diesel.
3-liter V6 instead of a 6.7-liter V8.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what makes working on the front of a 6.7 hard? The fact that it's so tight
Everything's
to the
in
radiator.
the way, yes.
Exactly. Well, when you have 2 less cylinders and you're, 4 to 6 inches back, and then you think about the depth of the engine into the current engine bay.
Yeah.
Do you see being 2 cylinders
Well,
shallower
now,
into the engine bay
Now
easier?
we're going to have a giant intercooler that's pushing our radiator back into the 3-4 inches into the engine bay.
Why is it pushing the radiator back?
Because I can't go forward up into the grill.
Why not?
Have you taken the grill off one of those trucks? Come on.
What do we do with our heat exchanger?
It goes down, way down low.
And what do you think theirs will do?
All right.
Have you seen the heat exchanger on an EcoBoost Mustang?
Yes.
Where is it?
All right. God
Way
damn it,
down
Joe.
low.
Where's Justin? Justin, can you come back? I'm tired of Joe questioning me so much.
I think Joe's doing a fabulous job.
Joe is doing a fabulous job.
Nate wants to know, does E85 mess up your O2 sensors? I have Cook's long tube headers on an NA14 Mustang.
The last time I looked at Cook's on a 15 to 17 car, they had really great O2 positioning. I think we released a video on that, but I don't know what the O2 placement was on your specific headers, because I don't know if that was something that they recently changed or if it's something that they just weren't doing in 11 to 14 or even doing now. So E85 has the potential to cause issues with O2 sensors if O2 sensors are not placed properly, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have issues. So
Take that as you will.
yeah, do what you will with that information.
All right, we got like 8 minutes left. We got to get rolling. So Mitchell Page, real quick.
Well, what else do we have to talk about?
We got 2 more things. Loose is fast and on the edge of out of control. Yeah, I like it. Referencing my movie. 6.0 for the win. No, Mitchell Page. Your truck. Listen, Mitchell Page's truck drank all the coolant. He literally showed up to a race and was like, yeah, my truck drank all the coolant. It was overheating the whole way here. Then he put coolant in it and he's like, it's fine. It hasn't touched coolant since. Explain to me how a vehicle can consume 4 gallons of coolant and be fine afterwards.
Well, it's a 6.0, so, magic things happen.
No, 6.0. There's a reason. All right, 2 more quick things. The RS is disappearing. Poof. They're getting rid of the RS. RS
Poof.
is gone. Now,
Poof.
it's not that big of a big deal, not that big of a poof, because they're coming out. We now are seeing the 19 Focus. They had released some kind of like, not spy shots, but the photos Ford had released, it was in still like camo wrap, so you couldn't see like the body lines and everything perfect. But somebody overseas caught like a spy photo of one of the new Focuses in the wild. A photo shoot. Not in the wild. It was in like a photo shoot. Honestly, I think there's a lady in the background of it flicking off the camera.
It's probably a drone based on the positioning.
All right, so that's our camouflage Focus. That's not what Ford released. Those are some spy shots. The Ford ones, I don't know if you have them, Chris, were the ones that said like learn to focus or something on the bottom. Yeah, look, she's like flicking off the camera. She wasn't happy.
Nice.
But that almost looks like we got some kind of ST we're taking pictures of. It's got a big old wing. We got red painted calipers on it. I don't know what that is, but so the RS, yes, is leaving, but who knows what we'll get in turn. Which, all right, friend's trying to message me. I like the RS. I like our RS.
RS is a lot of fun.
We built an 18 for SEMA.
Is it a 19?
18? 17?
What year is it? It's an 18.
I said 18, right?
18.
No, you said 19.
I said 18?
You said 19.
Judges, did I say 18 or 19?
18.
Thank you, sir.
We're going to go back to the footage on that one.
You said 19.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie. Oh, man, where'd that clip go? I thought we were playing the whole thing of the oh. Oh, just a little teaser.
Just the tip.
Oh, okay. Just the tip.
Jose says his Fiat 500 is faster than a 2-valve.
Jose, you're not lying. I have a friend that used to tow his jet ski with his Fiat 500. Oh. Anyway.
Jet skis aren't that heavy, though. I feel like if he towed a Bayliner with it, it'd be more impressive.
Yeah. He did. He had a Sea-Doo jet boat he towed with his wife's
Is that
Fiat
a Bayliner,
500.
though?
It's a fiberglass boat. Shut up. God. Was this over yet? Can I leave? Gosh, I'm tired of getting harassed.
Oh, you love it, don't lie.
Justin, I'll never, ever, ever complain about anything you ever say to me again. You treat me so good.
Oh, that's all the way up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all the way up.
Oh, this is YouTube comments. Wow, I've never been on here. How do you feel about, how do you say that? I'm going to say your last name, Chimita. How do you feel about methanol injection versus E85 on a turbo car?
E85 is how I feel about it.
Okay.
How much horsepower is too much for the 15 to 17 Mustangs? But I don't want to take the drivability out of it. There's not really a too much horsepower from a drivability standpoint, just more so of a what your tires can handle standpoint.
What your tires can handle, and at what point your rod says, I'm out.
Kapuya!
I'm out of here.
Audi 5000. I mean, 700 wheels should be a lot of fun for you. Average power difference for a blown Coyote Mach 116 versus Pump E85, none. Oh, Austin. Yeah, he towed a boat.
Mitchell Page says his 6.0 is thirsty, that's all. Austin Howell not responding to you anymore. All right.
Was there anything else on the list?
There is one other thing on the list we can touch on before we bounce out of here. So, just real quick, I know a lot of you guys asked about 2650 pre-order. We kind of touched on that, haven't been back with you. We are still very heavily considering it. We're working on the details. I don't have a program we can offer you right this second on 2650 pre-order, but just know we heard you guys. We know how badly you want it, so we're working on putting something together for that. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Make sure you're coming back. Of course, Justin will hypothetically and hopefully for my sake be back on the show next week. So
you are graced with my presence.
I am. I do like having Joe on the show. Joe is much more willing to poke fun at me, and I like it.
I'm interactive.
I like it when my girlfriend teases me a little bit.
Yeah,
oh yeah, touch tips.
Later.
Okay.
Not on the show.
Not on the show. Not Facebook appropriate.
No.
We got any more questions? This is it. This is awful. Like we got way more questions normally.
Well, that's because Justin's not here.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to see Justin.
I don't know. You got a lot of views on Tuner Tuesday.
Well, they come here for Justin. They don't come here for Joe.
They come here for me. Justin happens to be on the show.
Justin's an accessory to Donnie?
Yes, 100%. Have you ever watched these? This is
think
Donnie's dating show. This became Donnie's speed dating after episode 2.
They all are hungry for 2650 details, and once they heard that Justin wasn't going to be on the show, they're like, oh, it's not even worth watching.
They saw
Donnie's
the updated thing, Joe and Donnie.
I don't know. PJ just said Joe trumps Justin.
Oh, damn. Shots fired.
Listen, PJ, on the chain of command around here, I can assure you that's not the case.
Oh, bother.
Austin Howell, legitimate question. Do you love me? Of course I love you. But you'll always just be my side hoe.
Oh,
Tuesday is Yalix Day.
Yalix?
I don't get it, Mitchell
According to
Page.
Mitchell.
Clarify on what Yalix means. 7 o'clock, so I guess you're going to have to clarify later. But, yeah, so NASCAR is going to bring back the Mustang, hopefully. Mm-hmm. Rangers come into the U.S. Ranger Raptors going overseas. Hopefully it comes to the U.S.
If it doesn't, someone needs kicked in the becho.
Expedition looks all beefy and cool.
2019 Focus.
2019 Focus.
Someone flicking off a camera in camouflage.
Yep. F-150's getting a diesel. The RS stops on April 6th. They're not making any more. The last 50 of them actually are going to be commemorative editions that'll only be sold overseas as a commemorative to the first RS that ever came out. There's actually a really cool video of Jeremy Clarkson online wrecking an RS 2000. You ever seen one of those overseas? It had the 4 fog lights.
I love RS
Yalix
2000s.
means YOLO Alex.
Oh.
Yalix.
No. Joe's the primary.
So it's like
show.
me,
Alex
myself, and Irene, and he's me, myself, and you put them together, and it's me, myself. I don't know.
Lou is wanting to know if there's going to be any used 2350s available or remanufactured blowers.
I'm not aware of
At
any
some point.
2350s.
Yeah, ideas kicked around, but nothing at all in any bit of the works or anything else like that yet. Like I said, keep checking back, and we can do all that. Williams sales for President's Day. Unfortunately, you are talking to Joe the tuner and Donnie the mechanic. So I am not aware of any. He is not aware of any.
But we also have marketing in here. Are there going to be any sales for President's Day?
Marketing? Yeah.
Not
Not that you're aware of at the moment?
Right. That's to be determined.
Not that we're
still.
aware of at the moment.
That's still to be determined.
2017 Roush Nightmare, 700 rear wheel horsepower, obtainable on 93 octane?
No.
No.
Nope.
I mean, maybe once.
No.
With a lot of kaboom.
No.
No? Not even once?
Octane booster.
Okay.
And then maybe, but not on 93.
Okay. All right. Well, we've been here for an hour.
Yeah, it's about time I go home.
It's time to go home.
Did we answer Dorian's question? Average power difference for a blown Coyote?
Did we
sure
answer?
did.
Okay,
We sure
good.
did. Was he not listening?
Yeah.
Where is he?
No, I just want to know. I just want to make
Yeah,
sure.
you said about 20 horsepower, because then I was like, about 20 horsepower, and Joe was like, yeah, shut up, Donnie. We don't want to promise too much and not deliver.
Yeah, I wasn't listening.
All right.
Although we're not the ones that have to deliver that.
Okay, good.
Oh, I'm going to deliver.
Yeah. And I make no promises.
All right.
Besides that I will be here.
Like, share, follow, all that fun stuff. Come see me, Justin. If you want to see Justin, since Joe subbed in and you're missing your weekly dose of Justin, me and Justin are going to be at Lights Out. It's at South Georgia Motorsports Park. Awesome freaking racing. Went to the fall event that's identical, and I
Wicked Bernies.
absolutely loved it. Oh, some nasty burnouts.
Wicked
These guys-
Bernies.
These guys do burnout. Oh man, I can't. I'm
Or
starting to-
awesome skids.
I'm starting to set. I'm gonna set off the airbags in the truck when I go home if I keep talking about the burnouts there.
Oh,
Those cars are
Oh.
freaking awesome. So yeah, we'll be up there. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. Come back, see us all about what we're gonna talk about next week, and that'll be figured out probably next week. Why are you laughing at me?